Never give up. Yeah. No matter what it is in life that you want, you gotta go out there and get it. Just don't let it come to a sleeper but a dream. Never give up on your goals. Stay focused on you. Focus your view. Succeed, cause I'm hoping you do. Keep climbing up the ladder, cause the key to success. Go hard and go home. Never settle for less. Life is stress, but we gotta deal with it, homie. Send a prayer to the man to put a shield on it. Work hard for what you get. Appreciate what you got. You can always improve. Just don't stop. Going for your dream to achieve in your life. Gotta take a chance like rolling the dice. It won't come to you, so you gotta go get it. At the end of the day, add up the digits. Miss Price used to say, if there's a will, there's a way. So I live by it until this very day. I kept on mashing and I never gave up. Me believing in myself is the way I came up.
I'll hold you down. You gotta get up. These are your dreams. Never give up. Never ever give up. You gotta keep on hustling, keep on rocking. You gon' make it, keep believing. Never ever give up.
I'ma keep hustling till I'm down in the dirt. Number one rule is my family is first. I know you probably saying this dude trying to preach a sermon. Let me speak cause the streets deserve it. At least they learn it, but the pain and the progress. Face to face with the strain of the process. Don't live your life like a Loch Ness. Anybody can succeed if you compete in the contest. But if you look and you find less, don't digress. Stick with your plan, it's just time's test. And I bet with a little persistence, determination and a little resistance, nothing can stop you from reaching your peak. But honestly, you're the reason it's reached. Even if weak, you can find a way to achieve. Man, it feel good to see my people succeed.
I'll hold you down. You gotta get up. These are your dreams. Never give up. Never ever give up. You gotta keep on hustling, keep on rocking. You gon' make it, keep believing. Never ever give up.
You gotta stay dedicated, cause that's what it takes. Keep your
What's up,
eyes
team? This
open
is
and
Robert Missing It Beyond Lockhart with the I Love San Bernardino radio show on KCA NBC 106.5 FM. 1058. We will talk politics, culture, and history. We have a show today. We got the Belusionist here, Brian Potvin in the house. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Did I say that correct, Potvin?
Correct, Potvin.
Yeah, I always like names with pot in them. There is always a cool one.
I always, when people look at me, they go, "How do you spell?" I go, "Pot," and then Vin.
You'll never forget it, the Belusionist. And we'll get into what he's doing and all his incredible work and stuff in a little bit. And then we'll have Octavio Partida from NTR Media News in the house. He's been working hard, making sure we all know what's going on in our community, and I'm really excited to have him on. I seen him at an event, America's National Night Out.
Okay.
I seen him the other day, and I asked him to come on the show, and he said yes. So we'll see him in a little bit.
Fantastic.
I'd like to mention our I Love San Bernardino Standout of the Week. Today is Nick Rocha, co-chairman of the Gabrielino Shoshone Tribal Council. And I just wanted to share that he helps me with understanding some native concepts when it comes to the Gabrielino Shoshone. And I bounce ideas off of him of possible mega art possibilities in his area where he's from.
Okay.
They ranged on the western edge of San Bernardino, like Harupa Mountains area, towards the coast.
Okay.
So, but they did have songs and stories that they shared with the Javiatam and the Serrano people and the other different groups, the Kuya and the Guareño and the groups near Temecula and San Diego.
All very common knowledge for people who live in San Bernardino.
So different, totally distinct, different groups, but shared ideas, and they're cousins to this day.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of shared things. So the fact that I was feeling kind of low, I've been having a hard time, explaining myself, I'm not trying to do anything wrong here. I'm trying to show that it exists. I would love native guides to help me explain this. And then eventually I'll get to my own ancestors to study. So that's my goal, is to get to Ireland and England and study some of the mega art that I've already found there. But I kind of have to start here with the Great Arrowhead.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much, Nick Rocha, and I appreciate you for being there for me. And then when I get to the LA stuff, I can't wait. And the Western San Bernardino stuff, we'll definitely be speaking more. And we'll uncover some really cool stuff. But I'd like to read for the history tidbit, and that was brought to you by Motivational Foundations, the energy of positive thought. Brought to you the San Bernardino history tidbit, and the San Bernardino standout of the week. So thank you, Nick Rocha. And the San Bernardino history tidbit today is in my book, Legends of the Arrowhead, Arrowhead Legend number 2 for the Gabrielino Shoshone, Arrowhead Springs Legend. Arrowhead Springs is mentioned in the book California Gabrielino Indians, written by Bernice Eastman Johnson, 1962, page 20. She explains the significance of Arrowhead Springs to the early First Peoples, the Gabrielino Shoshone. Amutskubiyavit at Camp Cajon and Nialenga near Arrowhead Springs were two places where the Gabrielino said their ancestors had camped naked and cold at the beginning of the world when the earth was still soft. For every landmark to be seen, the Gabrielino had their own legends or shared those of their neighbors, clothing nature with the bright fabric of their dreams and visions. So it's just a slight bit of information. Now, me being interested in Arrowhead Peak and finding references to Arrowhead Springs with the Gabrielino was really interesting to me, right? In the story and the song, they talk about naked and cold at the beginning of the world when the earth was still soft.
Sounds very Doors-like, too.
It also sounds to me like the time before mega art.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it was had to be formed in their image, right? How they wanted their land to look, like we do today. Like your garden looks the way you want it to look, right? My garden looks the way I wanted it, or their gardens looked the way they wanted to look, and they used it to write their encyclopedias and Bibles and resource networks and songs. So we just have to be willing to take a little look, and we'll learn more.
Can you imagine if the guy next to him, did you see Bob's garden the other day? It's ridiculous. I told him he's got to plan better. But I wonder what those conversations were like back then.
Yes, and I think that it would be like very important to be as perfect as possible if you could, right? Because you would want others to come visit your garden and read it.
Yeah.
And just like today when we go to a rose garden or a botanical garden or whatever, I believe people used to travel from here to Big Bear just to see the gardens alone.
Oh, yeah.
But that's going to take time for me to prove. And hopefully through genetic testing, through the plants, we'll show that there was animal and plant husbandry is what I'm hoping. Because they also took eaglets and baby condors, I believe, and raised them to adults. Mm-hmm. So there may have been some other forms of possible domestication. Who knows that happened? So really cool stuff. But I do regress. I have to mention our sponsor, Golden Pizza and Wings.
I love that place.
Yes, good pizza. They got their deal, $7.55 plus tax. If you order right there, you have to pick it up, but you'll get a large pepperoni or large sheets pizza, and it's all day, every day, $7.55 plus tax, and they're good people in there too. The workers are, locals from around here. They all just want to, do their job, and it's hot in there, so go in there, be nice, get some pizza.
Poor guys, they're always sweating in there.
Yeah, but they're providing a good service, right? We can feed our kids and for a decent price on Friday, and they're not going nuts, right?
And they're suffering for our pleasure.
Yes. So they're cool too. Like I've gotten to some incredible conversations while they're actually working. They never stop working. They're like sitting there making pizzas, talking to me. But that's how I like it, because nice. I don't like to bother people when they're at their work. But still, like when I'm doing my little videos real quick and stuff like I did today, it's just fun to deal with the San Bernardino people in our community. They're so real, and they're so raw, and like if they know you're from the hood, you always get mad respect. So you know where not to go, right? You know where to go. Now you're from Rialto, right?
No, Colton.
Colton. Okay.
So moved out here from LA.
Okay.
And it was a very culture shock for me. We would go to, when you go to a checkout stand in, like, say, a Walmart or Target in Los Angeles, it's all boop, there you go, boop, there you go, get out. You go over here and it's like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, are you serious? Are you actually asking me? And they're like, yeah, how you doing? I go, doing fine. I'm having a great day, yeah. And we started noticing that more and more where we were. We were, so Rialto, Europa Valley, Fontana, all the areas. And we started going, what? This whole neighborhood is just completely different from what I'm used to in LA. It's boom, 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 good. Get out of my face, get out of my face. We've been hanging out in Oak Glen. We've been hanging out in Riverside and just, meeting new people, meeting friends. And we're loving it out here. We started calling it the country, my wife and I. We started saying, we're going to the country. This is where we live now. And everybody goes, you're not in the country, right? Yes, but compared to LA, this is country living.
Yes, I have to agree. There is, once you get into LA, it is densely, dense urban living. Right?
My body, I just started having a physical reaction the minute I started driving back to LA, and I do that pretty much 5 days a week. I have to commute.
And I guess the country for me would be where we met at Oak Glen.
Yes.
Right. At Riley's, what's that one? Rio de los...
Yeah, Rio's something.
Oh.
I know, I can never get it either. We're always like, what is the name of it? It's the Apple Orchard.
Yeah, but they hold an event called Wild West Days.
Yes.
And it's always fun. We go there and our crew, the Inland Empire prospectors and miners from San Bernardino and Highland, they head out there and teach all the kids how to gold pan and stuff. So.
Yeah, my kids had fun doing that as well.
Yeah, did they get some gold?
They got some gold, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And just like to let you know that this segment of the show is brought to you by PAL Charter Academy. PAL Charter Academy provides the high-quality instruction every child deserves. Get more info at palcenter.org or call 909-887-7002 and get your kid involved in PAL Charter Academy. And actually, they just had their first day of school, and maybe your kid had their first day of school and they're not really digging it, or they're having problems, or any other reason you just might feel that they need to go somewhere else. Give PAL Charter Academy a chance. So, Mr. Belusionist,
yes.
How did you come up with that name?
So
and what is it?
I'm like, it depends on how far back you want to go. I've been doing this 23 years.
Okay.
So I started.
Do you have any of your original work? No, just kidding.
No, I was like, that's the issue with when somebody tells me, how come you don't have millions of followers? I'm like, no, my work's not tangible. So therefore, it's like, it's fleeting. It's like, oh man, look at this great work of art. That's gone.
Unless you make it, what's the guy who makes it out of glass?
He makes it out of resin. Oh, Kuntz.
Yeah, Kuntz.
Yeah, that guy. I met one of the guys. I was at a brewery. I love to frequent breweries. I love craft beer. And I'm at a brewery, and I love talking to people. And so I'm at the bar, and this guy's sitting there. He's wearing overalls, and I go, oh, he looks like a steel worker. And I said, just get off work? He goes, yeah, I've been doing this motion. He did like this motion where it's kind of like the OK sign, but he said he was holding a file, and he worked on Jeff Koontz's balloon sculpture for 2 weeks. And he goes, I just did this for 2 weeks straight. And it was just like he was like holding a file, just working on one of the little creases of that big giant balloon dog that's at the Broad. And I go, wow, tell me more. And he's like, you don't want to hear more about this? I go, I do. I do balloons. I go, but you helped create. And he goes, yeah, it was me and I think he named 80 workers that worked on that sculpture.
You know what that tells me, Mr. Kuntz? You're pretty lazy.
Yeah.
You should be grinding that yourself.
That's why he charges the big bucks. And that guy got paid his hourly.
We made news. We made news.
But it's called.
But that's still a cool story.
It's called commerce,
So how do we get into this? Well, you make balloon sculptures.
Yes,
right?
So. I originally set out to be an actor, like everybody in LA, and I answered an ad that said actors wanted, and I'm still new at this. I'm in theater school. I don't have a resume, and they go, that's fine. We still want to meet you. Come on down. So I'm going, oh my God, I didn't think it was going to happen this quick. Okay, go down to this warehouse in Culver City, and I'm there, and there's a bunch of other nicely dressed people. They've all got their headshots, and they go, all right, come on into this room over here. We're going to see you guys see what you can do. And we go, okay. So there's a table just like this setting right now, like a big coffee table. They brought us in small groups, and they said, here's a hat, here's a mask, and here's another prop. Let's see what you can do with it. And so it was a Spider-Man mask, crocodile hunter hat, and a Buzz Lightyear mask, a big Buzz Lightyear. So we had to pretend to be those characters. So at the end of this audition, we find out that we weren't going to be actors. They wanted us to go to kids' birthday parties and make balloon animals and face paints and magic. And so, of course, half the room gets up and says, "How dare you? You know, we have integrity. We're highly trained actors." And I go, "Yeah, absolutely." So we all get up and walk out. And I look across the street and I see Matt Stone, creator of South Park. And I see behind him is a miniature version of Paris. And I go, "Wait a minute. That was a test. They were testing us to see if we would take direction and take, do what they do, because South Park's pretty silly. And so any of the movies that they put together, okay, I got it. I went back inside. I said, I'm going to take the job. Okay, we want you to go to kids' birthday parties and make balloon animals, face paints, and magic. Okay, I'll do it. Years later, I find out, no, I was not going to be working for Matt Stone. That was just, they happened to rent.
Did you just outsmart yourself?
I actually got to tell him that story.
I love it.
I got to tell. So I met Matt Stone last year. I was working an event, and I said, I go, "Mr. Stone." I was making his kids balloons at the time. His daughter was. He saw this intense conversation between me and his daughter. She's a 13-year-old, and he walked over like, "What is going on right now? Like, what are you doing to my daughter?" And I'm going, "Oh, we were talking about burger chains, and she's saying that Five Guys is better." And I said, "Absolutely not. It is In-N-Out. How dare you? That is blasphemous."
No, it is Chubsy Smash Burger.
No.
Anyway.
Well, this is the child I'm talking about. In-N-Out and Habit and Whataburger.
She obviously hasn't had Chubsy.
Yeah, exactly. She's not. She hasn't had that. And for me, I prefer my local Colton burger spot too. I'll tell you about that.
You can give them a shout out if you want.
I love P&G.
Okay.
I love P&G Burger. That's a great place.
Check it out, team. Man, they're in San Bernardino County.
That's correct. They're on. Anyway, I digress. So I told Matt Stone. I tell him this story, and I said, "Yeah, 23 years later, congrats on your billions. I'm still doing balloons." And I'm still doing balloons, but I've changed. I said I'm going to do everything I can.
That's still awesome, dude. You literally fell into it. You like a balloon that let you go.
Yeah.
You went out the door and back in. And...
It wasn't easy. I'll tell you that much. So I wanted to do magic, and so I started studying at the Magic Castle. I became a member. Then I went to the Magical Mystery School in Nevada, Vegas.
So at the same time, you're learning balloon skills?
This is like years. I worked for that company for 2 years while I was in school. I was going to birthday party after birthday party. I was meeting celebrities. I was meeting.
Did they teach you like general or how
they taught us 3 balloons, 3 of the worst balloons that even I would. If somebody handed me those balloons, I'd be like, "Get out of my face right now!" And they taught us the worst face painting, and the magic that they taught us is like this thing called the magic coloring book. Every basic magician has this thing. You wave it against your wrist, and it changes color. Then the breakaway wand. What else did they teach us? It was like a tin. You go, "Look, it's empty," and then when you put it back, when you take the hood off again, there's candy. Here you go, guys, candy. Woo! Abracadabra. So basically, that company said, if you want to get paid more, then you need to learn more balloons. You need to learn more face paints. You need to learn more magic. And I was like, okay, well, challenge accepted. So then I would start, and mind you, I said 23 years ago. I mean, I'm thinking probably now it's going on 24. But there was no YouTube. There was no
You had to learn this stuff yourself.
Let me type in and learn the balloon.
How many balloon books do you have?
I've got some balloon books that I've got a library of balloons, balloon books. And yeah, it's funny. And I people keep asking me, "Are you going to give that up?" And I go, "No."
Is the red balloon in that? Is it the
big red balloon?
Is it the big red balloon?
I think the big red balloon. Yeah, I do have that book, but that was for my kids.
Okay.
That was I bought that for my kids. But so I have books.
Classic. That's a classic.
Yeah, my first book, I believe, was called The Ultimate Balloon Book, and it had this big, complicated dragon on the cover of it. Now, compared to what I make now, to me, the fact that I was like, that was complicated. I go, man, I wish I could just make balloons like that. Now everybody wants me to make a Labubu or a Stitch or it's. I want a crane, and I want it holding a fire truck, and it's like, oh man, okay, fine.
Wait a second, so this isn't just your copy. It's look,
Yeah.
You have to be like a straight artist.
Yeah, well, so that's what I try to explain to people who they ask me for advice. How do I get into this business? I go, the difference between me and people doing it now is I had to figure it out. I had to start from scratch. I basically got myself a curriculum.
You learned that you were good at this being
Yeah.
an artist.
Yeah,
you
I
learned.
couldn't. I always wanted to be an artist. I wanted to paint. I wanted to sculpt. I wanted to play music.
balloons were
Couldn't
for
do
you.
anything. Balloons somehow. It was like the mighty Excalibur. It just enters my hand, and I'm like, I can do this.
Now you can make an Excalibur
Oh,
anytime you want.
Anytime. Yeah, and I've been
And the rock to put it in, right?
The Rock. Yep. I mean, now and everybody tells me, "Oh, you probably play with balloons." No, it's a job. It's a job. I only do balloons
Yeah,
now.
I was gonna ask. You don't have a balloon on you, dude.
No. So I contemplated bringing you a balloon and making you a balloon, but I did another show one time, and they go, "Oh, can you make us Gandalf from Lord of the Rings?" I said, "Yeah, of course." And so I'm making it, and it's just squeak after squeak after squeak after squeak, and you can see the radio host is just like, "This was a bad idea." I go, "You asked." I was like, "Yeah, I could have told you it was not going to go well."
Well, the next. Hey, what's up, dude? Come on in. Yeah, come on in. Have a seat, Octavio.
Yeah, let me say hi to you guys.
How you doing?
Goosebumps.
Mr. Partita's in the house.
Hey,
How you
what's
doing?
up, guys?
Right on. Have a seat, my friend. So, back to balloon. So you're like, don't. Yeah, please have a seat right here, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, this is Brian. He's
you doing?
he's a balloonist, and he does craft balloons. So.
You have the light
Yes.
right
Yes.
Yeah,
we
oh
are.
yeah, every
We're live on the air. Don't.
Yeah, we're on the show, dude.
Yep.
Okay, so basically, you have this skill that you learn that's not just making them out of the balloon book.
Yeah. No.
Like, cause I bet you if I did that, it wouldn't turn out, be
One of the
horse
compliments
or something. Or,
Yeah. Like if you were like, "Oh, let me make a horse," and you're like, "This is the horse.
it looks like a dog.
This is the dog with a long tail. This is the dog with a long face."
So
It's
like, how did you decide? Well, I need to add all these balloons together and make a Voltron head or whatever. You know?
So again, I don't come across a lot of balloon people at all. And I was at Universal Studios one day, hanging out. They had a wonderful brewery upstairs. It's not there anymore. COVID killed it. But there's a brewery upstairs, and I'm trying this new beer, and I'm looking outside, and I see balloons, and it's this man, Frank Davila is his name. And I said, "Oh my God." I felt like Booger in Revenge of the Nerds 2. I'm like, "Master, teach me." And he says to me, he's like, "Well, what are you looking to learn?" I said, I don't, this is what I make. And I was showing him like these little tiny balloons. He was like, "Oh, well, I'm going to show you how to make an Elmo." And to me at that time, Elmo was like the most insane balloon you could get. My God, he made an Elmo balloon. Ah!
Yeah.
And so he taught me this Elmo balloon, and I went home and I practiced this Elmo balloon over and over. And so when I would go to birthday parties, and I go, "Well, Elmo's just basically Cookie Monster, just blue and red. Well, I've got Elmo. Well, Elmo." So then you start stretching out the things. You start going, "Okay, well, if this is Elmo, then it's also."
You had the basic style.
Yeah, it's also you got Oscar the Grouch now. Okay, and I go down. "Oh, I can't turn that into Big Bird. I can't do the." But you start playing with it a little. You start stretching out the ideas.
What turned into a dinosaur? How do you?
The dinosaur. Let's see.
Would that be like regular animals, and then you just kind of stretch it out?
So a buddy of mine. So at this point, I then attended the Magical Mystery School, where I met other balloon artists who were studying magic.
Okay.
And then these guys, I was like, I'm so small. These are all like award-winning competitive balloon artists from around the country at the time, not around the world. Just it was a very small class. They told me about a convention called Twist and Shout. And then I said, "All right, I'm on the next flight to Twist and Shout." And they go, "Well, it's in 2007. You're going to have to attend. It's in February. It's in Tennessee. And it travels around the country." I said, "All right." Went down there, met a whole bunch of people, opened my eyes. I was like, "Oh my God, this is, I'm nothing. I'm nothing." And so then, of course, everybody's trying to sell you a book, sell you a DVD, sell you some instructions. But basically, I then got involved with this charity.
I'm sorry. You
We'll
feel.
get to you in a minute.
You're
We'll get to you in a minute.
Don't be nervous, dude. It's
No,
gonna
no,
be
no,
perfectly
I'm
fine,
not
brother.
nervous. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
While listening to him too as well.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
I
I just want to make sure to
trying
get
to-
you on in
No,
on
no.
conversation.
So Octavio, I'm moving away from the microphone here.
guys hear me?
So Octavio, I got involved in a charity
he gonna
called
pull it
Balloon
out?
Manor. Am I pulling it out? Okay. So Balloon Manor. So basically what we did was a bunch of artists got together and said, we're going to raise money for teens living with cancer. And so, because teens,
Well, thank you.
I mean, the teens, you get a clown, you get a face painter, the teens are like, I don't want that. So we raised money to get them a PlayStation, some comic books, some DVDs, stuff like that. But basically, a bunch of artists got together and built a giant walk-in maze, kind of like a Knott's Berry Farm style
Out
maze.
of balloons?
All out of balloons. The walls are made out of balloons. And this is what I'm saying. This is opening my eyes. So now I'm learning.
How as big as this building? Or
Yes, it was in the wing of a mall.
Oh
And
wow!
I don't know how many feet, probably 200, 300 feet.
Your fingers must have been hurt.
We were there. We got in Sunday. We had to be ready to go by Friday. And so you have all these artists.
Did you blow? Do you have?
No,
a,
no.
you don't.
So I start learning there's a machine you can buy.
Okay.
There's different types of balloons. I thought just the one long. No, the basic standard balloon is called a 260. Then there's 350. Then there's 160. That's a smaller, skinnier version. Then there's a 646.
What's the big one where you?
That's a 646.
That's the big boy.
Yeah. Oh no. Then there's a 3-footer. Yes.
Oh.
So
that's the big
then
one.
I started learning all these, and then basically the company that owns the balloons sponsored the event, gave us all the balloons we could imagine. So basically we're like, well, normally these bags cost like $15 a pop, and I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $15 a pop on something that's just gonna go to waste. So I learned about these balloons, practiced them. We started making these giant monsters. So then it became a competition. Other people were like, well, I can make a giant monster. Well, let's make a giant. The best monster wins. We made a giant death that you can get inside of and control his arms and move his head around.
dang.
Then basically now from meeting these guys, the art.
This is no dog.
Yeah, no. Then the art started getting elevated.
Yeah.
And then we all started playing a lot together. We were like, well, let's go back to LA. Let's meet up regularly. And we got to the point where we were like a Knights of the Round Table, but then it was there can be only one type situation. You know, like well, yes, we're all friends, but we're also still competition. So then friendship starts to drift. And now, well, can you cover my event? Sure, but can I pass out my cards? So yeah, just when you get in this business long enough, what's that saying?
Well, so how many expert balloon artists are there in the United States?
I wouldn't say thousands, but a lot.
There's a lot. But
There's a lot.
But the bar is so high now
Yes.
that you have to take a schooling to get to it now.
Well, I mean, so there are conventions, and I guess you could say that's the schooling. But no, a lot of people put on stuff on YouTube now. You can just
Yeah.
Another person I know, they've got a Patreon, and everybody goes, Patreon? Isn't that for inappropriate stuff? And he goes, I'm able to charge what I charge and do what I'm doing, so I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And the guy makes a good living selling his instructional balloon stuff on Patreon.
Okay, so do you have a book?
I do not.
Why not?
I have a DVD, actually.
Okay.
I have a DVD.
Your
It's
book's
called,
next?
I have not put a book together. I've always wanted to do photos of my work, right? So I always wanted to
that's
do
what you should. Yeah. Oh my
just
gosh.
just
that's
photos of the
So
sculptures that I've made.
You got to understand this, team. This is not just your little balloons. This is like full body balloon.
Yeah.
Like a mascot costume balloon.
Correct.
Like a whole tropical scenery balloon. You know.
Yeah, so buddies of mine, they I'm a nerd. I love comic books. I don't know about you, Octavio.
Like Spider-Man. And,
Spider-Man.
Are we allowed to say Spider-Man for copyright? Or?
Yeah.
I don't want to get
Say it.
In Spanish, es Spider-Man. Es Spider-Man.
El hombre araña. El hombre araña.
So I met a bunch of guys at these conventions, and they were on stilts. And I said, guys, I got to get on stilts. I got to put one of my balloons on stilts. How do we do this? And they're like, well, I don't know that I want to put a balloon. I go, no, I'll do it because I can fix it if I need to. But so they helped me get on stilts. And then I finally put together Voltron. And I went to LA Comic Con, and I walked in as Voltron. Everybody's like, what is going on right now? How is there a balloon guy?
You were star.
Oh, yeah.
That is incredible. That is really cool, dude.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. And I mean, but immediately.
So we started out in the beginning. He wanted to be an actor, but he never realized the path that he did. He's a performer now.
I just
But you make
yeah.
your costumes out of like fully balloons?
all balloons. Yep.
Hey.
And not
How
just
do you-
that,
how do you
you
do
have everything for all the birthday party, all
Birthdays,
that stuff.
movies.
Yeah.
Well, like the photo that I'm showing you guys, that was for a commercial. I did the balloons for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the Christmas special, but then it was cut. So if you see the scene on Hollywood Boulevard where they're running through Hollywood Boulevard and you see all the characters, you'll see balloons in the background.
But at least you got still.
I still got paid. I still got
You
paid.
That's all.
That's all that matters. That's what I tell people all the time. I go,
Director's cut. That's what they do.
yeah. So I've done stuff like that with balloons. I'll build characters. I'll build
Schools too, right?
schools, retirement homes. I've done a lot of retirement homes. They, poor guys, man. You go into a retirement home, and they're just sitting there, and they're like, "What is going on?" And I come in, annoying them with my loud machine, blowing up these balloons, and at first they're like, "Get this guy out of here! What is this?" But then they see the work come together, and they're like, "That's cool." And I go, "And you guys get to keep this. That's awesome."
Yeah, they really like
And then
it.
they sit there, and they will tell
They
everybody.
just want someone there.
They,
Yeah.
they'll tell everybody, like, I'll go back to refresh the balloon because they can last up to 2 weeks indoors,
Okay.
if not longer. I've got a client that hires me to make a Christmas tree every year, and every year she challenges me with it. She's like, "Now I want this Christmas tree. I want this one." And I go, "You got it, coming up." Because
Okay, so how much does a Christmas tree cost?
it ranges.
Okay.
So let's put it this way.
Well, don't put yourself down. Like, give it a high range. It's okay.
See, this is the thing. I don't like to say prices because, for instance, like a
Because
school.
you don't know what could happen. Okay.
Yeah, a school could say like, "Hey, we
But
want."
it could be reasonable or it could be
Yeah.
blasted out of the
Yeah.
range.
I had a client
expensive.
say, "We
Okay.
want this Kim Kardashian style arch, and we want our name." And I said, they sent it to me, and I said, "Well, that's a $15,000 arch." And they go, "Yep, those are the quotes we're getting." And I go, "Okay, now is that what you want to spend?" They go, "No, we want to go more like in the $5,000 arch." And I go, "Okay." So I'll send them another arch, and I'll say, "This is a $5,000 arch."
Okay.
Perfect. We'll take that one. I go, "Okay, there you go."
That helps. That's
so
1,000 cheaper, right?
And I go, "That's what I try to do." I go, "Okay, tell me what you want, and tell me what your budget is."
Hey, team, balloons ain't all hot air. Let me tell you, man. There's some money in this.
Yeah.
I think that's smart what he does because like you don't. It's like you don't tell your competition your prices.
Yeah.
Because if not, they're gonna want to match it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, right now-
want to match it and.
Everybody goes, "Oh, is your competitor this company? Is this your competitor?" No. It's the mom on Amazon that says, "Oh, look at that wonderful arch. It says I could buy it for $40 and put it together, and it'll look just like that." Number one, those photos are photoshopped. Number
And they
one,
never turn out like
they
that.
never turn out. And then the
They end
smell.
up popping most
Yeah,
of them.
the smell. Well, they're direct from China. They're on a shipping container. Then they're shipped to you from the warehouse. The smell, dude. Oh, I remember one time a relative of mine says, "Well, I can't afford to pay you," and I'm like, "What do you need? I'll do it." And they go, "No, I bought all the balloons." And I go, "You bought all the balloons? Okay."
Oh, no.
Oh no! I go, "Let me guess, Amazon?" "Yeah." And I go, "Okay." I go, I'll put it together for you, but I'm not gonna like it. And I'm putting it together, and I'm going, "Oh, these smell so bad." It smells like rubber that's been left out in the sun.
chemicals,
Yeah,
huh?
very chemically, and the dye in your fingers. I was immediately washing my hands. I was like, "This is ugh."
So don't buy the Amazon one. So if they want to use your services, how do they get a hold of you?
My website is Ballusionist. It's not easy to spell. So it's Balloon Illusionist, but you remove, so if you take the word illusionist, you remove the I, you add BA, it's Ballusionist. But apparently I made a word that is too complicated for kids to spell or remember, and then everybody calls me Balloonist, and a balloonist is a hot air balloon pilot.
I made this same mistake because I couldn't figure out what a balloonist was until I realized that you made it up.
Yeah, I made it up and patented, by the way. I was on Blippi. I don't know if you've heard of Blippi. He's a preschool show. He goes to indoor playgrounds, plays at the playground, and tells everybody, like, come to this playground, check it out. Blippi spelled my name wrong. And what's really upsetting about the way he spelled it is he spelled it the way I should have originally spelled it. He spelled it balloonist. And I went, I went with the balloonist.
Well, next time, go to the Balloonist on Instagram and check
Yep.
it out. And we're going to next segue into this next segment here. We got Octavio Partida from NTR News. I saw you at a National Night Out the other day, and you were doing your thing. I first met you. You sent me a message on Facebook a long time ago, and you were just getting involved in doing media stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
basically, first of all, my name is Octavio Partida, like he said, and sorry for being late.
Oh, no,
Today I
no,
was
no, it's
being
okay,
late,
dude, it's okay.
But to them, to the
Yeah,
people who watch you guys, like sorry for being late. But
His mom and my mom.
you know what I mean.
My girlfriend too. She's
That's his
watching.
girlfriend.
I look serious, but once I start getting like, you know what I mean, like comfortable, like I know I got the beard, like she's like, damn, like,
No, he looks too serious.
I'm too serious, man. I'm gonna start, but
No.
no, like, it's not.
No, but serious. You seriously are doing good work, and I appreciate you going out there, covering our community. So, what
Super
gave you
serious.
this idea to just start going out and basically becoming a journalist?
Well, a lot of people start criticizing me when I started.
Not me.
No, no, no.
I only
Well,
support it.
That was. We got stringers out there, right? And we had a movie. They had a movie called on net. Can we say? Can we say Netflix?
Yeah,
Okay. On
say
Netflix. All right, just making sure you don't want to. Shot in the dark. They had Shot in the Dark where a lot of companies. I'm not gonna say the names for respect. I don't want them to later on, come back and.
Yeah, no worries, no
I
worries.
wonder how many cease and desist I'm gonna get.
So I did a mistake. You know when you have like a kid's brain and you get all excited and stuff
Youthful.
like that. I'm a stringer. I'm a stringer. I'm not a stringer. I got put on a page called Stringers on Instagram. It was meant to shame people who you know what I mean, like make fun of people, who make mistakes and stuff
maybe-
like that.
I'm dumb, but what's a stringer?
I'm also one of-
What a stringer is somebody that goes out there at night. At least that's how it used to be from what only a real stringer will be able to explain. So I don't want to get into that same.
Okay.
But a stringer, what they do is they go out there at night and they get newsworthy and sell it to the TV stations.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I wasn't really doing it. I was just calling myself a stringer.
Oh.
See, that's why it's called wannabe stringer. So
Yeah, I dealt with a little bit in that beginning.
it's-
Like,
okay.
am I a
you know what I mean?
journalist or not?
It's like I understand them too.
Yeah.
But shout outs to all of you guys, like all the stringers, they doing a good job. Like it was not their fault; it was my fault at the end because, well, when you come out there and do those things, like it's like saying they worked so hard for years. Like Robert, you worked so hard to become the historical commissioner, and I go here and try to claim I'm a commissioner too. You're like, no, he's not a commissioner.
Yeah,
He's not a
I
commissioner.
get it.
And it got a lot of people mad. I was gonna say the other word, but I know we can't say it. But it got a lot of people mad. And
So then you changed your attitude. You did something
I
different.
changed my attitude. I understood what I was doing wrong. So I'm like, you know what?
I'll just become the media company.
I just opened my own company and I started in 2024. Establish. I registered that under California law. You could look it up and you'll find it right there.
I remember when you really started getting serious. I started noticing your news articles in my news app that I had,
yeah.
Nice.
Newsweek or News something like that.
You could say you were the door. You opened the door for me. Like when you and SB Media News. SB Media News is a mystery. He doesn't like to be you.
Yeah, we tried. We tried to bring him up.
Shout outs to SB.
I didn't
Media
tell him
News.
we had the Belusionist here, and he could have made him a mask to wear.
No, but him.
Yeah,
He's
because it can be dangerous in our work if you run into the wrong people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people were saying you're playing around. You're saying you're a stringer, and we're here risking our lives. We're here, something could happen to us. That's dangerous. Like when I realized what a stringer really was, I was like, oh gosh, like, you know what I mean? They really.
It's what I don't want to do. Like, I don't like going to fires anymore. That smells nasty, and it gives you a headache. I don't want to go to a car accident. You might see something you might not forget. It's hard work.
You remind me when I went to I started laughing about it. I went to Fontana. I went to Fontana. I went to a barbershop that was on fire. Brainless me, I laughed. A rookie went inside. With all those chemicals, could have hurt me and could have got me.
Really got
Yeah.
you bad.
Got
yeah.
me bad. And then a lot of stringers told me. I'm not gonna say no names, but a lot of stringers told me, "Hey, that's gonna give us a bad reputation." You know what I mean? They're not gonna try to let us in no more and stuff like that because I was a little sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
It was the chemicals and
that
all
happened
that
to
stuff.
me after Stardust when it burned.
Yeah.
I went up there and tried to cover it. And, I was feeling weird the whole day afterwards. I was like,
Yeah.
that was the last fire I will ever cover.
Yeah.
But
Maybe from far away, I'll be like, yeah, if it's up in the hills or something,
there's cameras that can zoom in.
Yeah.
I learned that. Excuse me. I learned that that I have a Canon XF300. It was made maybe 2010 if I'm not correct, 2010. it zooms in.
Yeah, and those
It
are
zooms in. It's a
that's
10
better than zooming your nose in there.
Well,
1080 HD. Sorry, I'm sorry.
well, if you remember last year's fire in Riverside, up on, I went to go take my kids to go see a movie, and I said, "Look there's the fire. Let's take a photo." That's as close as we got to the fire because I'm like, no, we're not,
Yeah,
we're not going anywhere near the fire.
I can tell you when you feel the burn. I know why now some journalists and stringers they wear a yellow jacket.
Yeah,
and
not to pretend.
No,
to
not to
protect
pretend to be
themselves.
like not to be a wannabe stringer like I was, but
Yeah.
but I'm saying this in a good way, like
So now you're not like now. Once you decide that you're not a stringer, in what you actually are is a business owner running a media company.
I decided to open-
It's small scale, but it's still your own company, your own stuff, right?
little tiny company that's
and it's
trying
yours,
to,
and you get to do what you want. So like, how do you choose stories to go to? Like, because I realize that at the point I'm at now, I can't go to everything anymore, and I have to say no. How do you choose your stories?
You guys are probably familiar with this, Justice 8, when 8 people got arrested.
Yes.
Yeah,
Those are the kind of stories you like.
And I cover that story. It started in Victorville. It started in Victorville. I can't really speak on it because of the families, like a lot, but you guys already know because
Kinda
you know
follow
what I
you,
mean.
yeah.
Like you guys already know. Shout outs to them. They're cool people with me. Like even though they got locked up because they wanted to, you know what I mean. They maybe I shouldn't talk about that. Yeah. Talk
subject
about
to
my
effect,
company, because that's something that they should come here and talk about. They should do that.
Yeah,
They should do that.
So explain your company, like the different parts of it.
That got me in the spotlight.
Okay.
When I start covering the courts, when I start covering the rallies and all that stuff, that got me in the spotlight that I didn't want to. It just got me. Oh, NTR meeting you, KBCR. Shout outs to them. They saw me. Oh, you do media, and I felt good. Like when they told me, oh shoot, like I'm getting positive,
your work actually
made a
positive side. You know what I mean?
difference,
Like I'm getting like that positive bias. So I'm gonna change my ways. I'm gonna stop getting mad when people in this industry try to give me advice because they're telling me because they've been here longer than me. Stop trying to be that Mr. Knows It All. You know what I mean? Like stop trying to be that cocky that Mr. Know It All,
It takes a little time because sometimes that in the beginning it gets to your head when you get a little bit of fame.
you start getting, and now that I have it, I have my studio and my podcast, I'm just me.
Yeah, and
I'm just a normal
and
me.
the other thing, it's fleeting too. I mean, like it goes up and down like views in your insights. Basically. Sometimes you have a lot of views with something, and sometimes you don't. You know?
I don't want to say that Octavio's a huge celebrity, but he was complaining about the gift basket in the lobby that wasn't big enough for him.
What happened to my gift basket? I
Yeah,
thought they were gonna give me.
Because Eric took all the vapes out of there.
Octavio, carpet here.
Where's the red carpet here, man? No, but mine is a blue. Remember, I don't want to. Remember, I'm not gonna say that.
So
Mine
like
is a blue.
So now how do you decide to go to events? So I've seen you at a national night out, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good family community event. Like, what are some other examples of events you'd like to attend?
The McBurnin grand opening of the McBurnin Bridge.
That's gonna happen
gonna be
this Saturday.
on the 23rd.
Yep.
On the 23rd.
What time is it start again?
It's gonna start at 9:30.
9:30. So be there. Probably early, team. Probably 8:30ish. Get there. And find us a parking spot because it's gonna be crowded.
Our and I'm proud to say this. Our mayor Helen Trent. She will be there. She will be there. For the cutting ceremony.
You're gonna see all the falls.
She's
Teddy. Everyone's gonna be there.
I actually like her.
Yeah.
I like.
I love them too.
I love what she's.
I love that they spend our money good.
Look,
You know.
look what they have been. What have they been done on Fifth? On Fifth, for those of you who are watching from somewhere else, I don't know, Paris or Texas, on the 5th Street. It's a.
You mean the 5th Street corridor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they have they're not paying us, but Del Taco, where they have a lot of fast food restaurants. We're gonna say that a lot of fast food restaurants. That way they won't have no problems.
It looks nice, and we definitely have to give our team up there at the dais the respect. and they do work hard. But I always let them know that they're no different than us in being humans. Like we're all got good ideas. We all can help, and that's what I never expect too much either from our politicians either, because they're good at what they're good at, right? And they need to learn from us too. So that's as I say, like what you do, accepting advice from others. Like, don't be afraid to give that to the politicians as well.
See what I mean? But the thing is, when it comes to politicians, we haven't been on their foot steps either. Mm-hmm. Like what the other dude did, like right now, who's doing Trump, what he's doing. Mm-hmm. The other president's gonna have to clean that up. Mm-hmm.
Let me realize that
all that.
Where do you think these $50,000 bonuses are gonna come from? Our taxes.
You know what I mean? Like it's gonna come out with all this.
Hey, why is my tax return so small?
And let me tell you something. Are we allowed to talk about ICE?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I don't want to. No. Well, here's my card, man. No, but it's not about that. We're just joking around right now.
So have you been covering any of the? I mean, there's been some big stories of the shooting on Baseline.
That's what I want to talk to you. See, in there, our police officers, they were doing their jobs. They were just trying to assist. But in the videos, like they make themselves look like they should try to calm down. Don't let. They're the police. They're supposed to calm down. But some of the cops were like cussing back at them, trying to get to their level. And even the chief went, hey, guys, guys, calm down. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not an anti-cop hater or nothing like that. Like, I love my city. I'm originally from LA, but I grew up down here.
Hey, I'll tell you, just any group. There's good and bad people in every single group.
Good and bad.
It's like the security who falls asleep.
Yeah.
And then the security that does their job.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but
exactly.
You're right.
And it's the same thing. There's cops that are really not nice people, and then there's some cops that are just genuinely incredible.
Yeah.
There's some that do their job, there's some that don't.
And the way that I like to do things, like my type of we're going back to the company. Mm-hmm. I want to give, let's say him, you, well, you already got a voice, but you know what I mean. Like I want to give them the freedom of them speaking. Speaking like for example, right now we got Josita. She wants to become a Fontana mayor.
Okay.
So she's doing a campaign right now. We're doing a campaign for her, and she's speaking up on that. And she gave me the chance to promote her campaign.
Great.
So
this is awesome. Yeah.
She has good ideas. Like like I said, it's better she comes here and explain it, because if I say something wrong, they're gonna be like, hey, why you?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
And I also have to say this, like, I do support the Brown Berets. They're an organization that helps the community. Mm-hmm. They help the community. They help our community. A lot of people see them different, but they help the community. They really help the community. And
well, if you'd like to bring the Brown Berets on the show, and bring a couple on. It's up
to them.
Yeah,
I'll ask, but it's up to them. If you're watching, it's up to them. I don't want to. Like it's better for them to explain.
Are they similar like to Guardian Angels like they have in LA?
They're kind of like the Black Panthers.
Yeah,
but more of the Black Panthers.
So they do have some political aspects.
They have respect too. Yeah. They respect everybody too, and then they're very respectful. I said
political aspects.
I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm over here thinking
they're political.
Yeah, like there's some things that It's a radio station, guys. I'm not gonna be able to say it, but there's a lot of things that are happening. Politicians that are corruption and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And
that's what we're for, to bring that stuff out into the forefront so people can see it, and that helps that you go to these stories. That helps that you go to the community events. Now, have you been to many city meetings?
I went to the Fontana City Council meeting.
Okay. What did you think of that?
It went crazy. Mm-hmm. That day it was 2023. It went wild. It got wild. Like it was that day when the Justice 8 thing happened. Uh-huh. It went wild. It went wild, man. Like don't get me wrong. People were getting tired of the mayor of Fontana, with the street vendors and everything.
They're
And
getting
they got
upset,
a little emotional.
yeah.
They got a little emotional, but I understand. We need permits, though. We definitely. You don't want somebody
and
to be.
This show has been like we've brought on so many groups at Chubsy
Yeah.
Smash Burger,
Yeah,
Bread Street,
yeah.
and then they help explain the process to do it the right way.
Yeah. And the problem with did I?
2 minutes.
I'm like 2 minutes. I'm like I'm timing here. I can't
You need a clock.
right here. Like but that's pretty much it. Like that happened. Like I covered the city council meetings.
So tell us exactly how to find your work.
You guys could go to NTR Media News. Look up for me on YouTube. Google it. You can also find me on Spotify. Even though the show is called News That Rocks podcast, it's under NTR Media News. Facebook as well. Instagram. They call me Media Photo Boy, but I also have the NTR Media News as well. Everything NTR Media News, all the social medias are NTR Media News.
Yeah. Same with me, Belusionist. I'm Belusionist everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last question.
Yeah.
Newspaper. Like I always get asked, Robert, when are you gonna make the I Love San Bernardino newspaper? Do you ever have the plans to do something like that?
I like the traditional.
You
the
like-
tra-
you-
the,
I
the
like it?
traditional the traditional era. Even though like I'm 35 years old, I like my parents taught me. My dad used to come with a newspaper. La Opinión.
I agree.
La Opinión.
I agree with you on that one.
Or,
So,
you know what I mean?
I guess we made news. We might see a future newspaper in the house. All right. Well, I want to thank you, Brian. Octave, thank you so much for coming on the show today. And I wish we would have had more time to speak to you. We'll do another show in the future for
I came
sure.
late.
Yeah, and if you need me, you know how to get a hold of me. You as well.
Definitely.
San Bernardino school system. Yeah, these guys, it'll make you a Voltron.
I'm everywhere, man. Doesn't have to be schools. It could be, like I said, retirement homes. Could be anything.
And
Next time he's got a political bash that he's got to go do, I'm going to show up with balloons, even though it's probably a somber event.
Okay.
And we miss you. And this is Robert Porter from San Bernardino, and we are.